In trading, there are two sets of people. One set of people, they are really good at trading, and another set of people, they are really good at coding. There are very few people who are really good at both the things, where they can trade well, they can code well. But for most of the traders, even like me, I am good at trading, but I do not know anything about coding. I can check, judge the markets, I can see where it moves. But if you ask me to write a Pine script, I won't be able to do it. Most of the traders like us use TradingView, but we never know how to write a Pine script. This is where AI is going to help us greatly, because with AI, you can write a complete fully automated trading system without writing a single line of code by yourself. My name is Kribakaran Rajendran, and this is what I am going to explain you in this video, where you can create a fully automated trading system with respect to Bitcoin, and you don't need to write a single line of code. I'm going to teach you step by step how you could do this. Before I go ahead and explain what is the overall step by step process, I need to explain you the importance of following a rule based trading system. This is not something which has been created now. In fact, the guy who made it really famous is Richard Dennis. So during 1970s, he experimented with a set of traders where he hired some 14 different traders and taught them a rule-based trading system. And he asked them to follow that diligently for next couple of years. And all those 14 traders, he eventually became a successful trader by just following a simple rule-based trading system. In fact, those 14 traders eventually made almost $175 million together, and that is whom we call currently as turtle traders. So when someone trades specifically in crypto markets, which trades 24/7, there are a lot of volatility and there are a lot of noise. When a trader sits in front of a system and monitors the chart and then trades manually, it is very difficult for them to take the right trading decision. But in case if you create a trading system and make it fully automated and leave it to the system, then your emotions goes out of the picture. When your emotions completely moves out of the picture, then trading becomes a lot more easier and less stressful. So that is why everyone should focus on following their own rule-based trading system. So in this video, what we can do is we'll make it as a different layers. First layer is creating a Pine script. That is first thing. How you can take a help of any AI and write a Pine script. Second, you can use the Delta Exchange Webhooks link and link that to TradingView, so that whenever a signal appears from TradingView, the execution happens automatically in Delta Exchange. So we will cover all this process step by step. So the first thing is creation of Pine script using an AI tool. There is one thing called Delta Exchange Copilot. We can make use of this tool because it is really powerful, where it correctly knows which documentation it should refer in order to deliver what the user wants, using which we can create the Pine script and then put that in a TradingView, which can generate the signals and give you the automated execution. Let's focus on that. All code and prompts discussed in this video are available on Delta Exchange community, and the link is available in the description. First, let's go to TradingView and open up the chart first. So I'm going to TradingView and I've opened up a chart for BTC USD for crypto. And this is, I've selected a Delta Exchange. So how do you do this is, once you go to TradingView, type btcusd.p and then select the crypto tab. And here you will have a lot of options, like click on all sources. Here you will see all the crypto exchanges across the world. So I'm going to select Delta Exchange India here, so that we get or we associate the Delta Exchange data source here. So I have selected this, and this is the overall Bitcoin futures chart as opened. So here let us apply any kind of technical indicators. Say suppose I wanted to add a EMA here, and I'm adding it with a normal EMA technicals. So let's have a moving average exponential here. So I have added it here. So what we can do is we can initially test with 20 moving average versus 50 moving average. So I'll just add two moving averages here, just to explain the overall strategy part. Then we will move to the AI part. So there are two EMAs. So I am just updating one EMA to 20 and another EMA to 50. So it will be a 20 cross 50 moving average, and we can change the style. So one thing in red and another one in blue. So we can change. Okay, for by now we can just keep it this. So the rule is, whenever the fast moving average crosses the slow moving average. The normal no EMA moving average crossover rules applicable here. So whenever the fast goes below the slow, then we go short. Whenever the fast goes above the slow moving average, then we go long. So that is how it is. So whenever a big trend emerges, like here, there is a very good trend that emerges here, and we go long here, and then we close the long here. So whenever there is a big trend, we are able to capture it. That is the idea behind EMA crossover. Similarly, when there is a downtrend, so here, again you could see the EMA crossover goes below. So we go short here, and then we buy back here whenever the EMA goes above. These are the simple rules of the EMA crossover. So now, how do I automate this? Where there should be a proper signal that should appear whenever the crossover happens, and not only signal, it should also execute the orders to Delta Exchange. So for that, first we will create the Pine script. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use Delta Exchange API Copilot to generate this Pine script. So once you click on Algo Hub and go to API Copilot, you would be able to see this prompt window. Just like how you use ChatGPT, you just have to write a detailed description where I have mentioned please write a Pine script for TradingView. The rules is simple, where I have mentioned buy signal when the 20 EMA crosses above the 50 EMA, and sell signal when the 20 EMA crosses below the 50 EMA, and it should send execution alert via Webhook so that the order execution happens automatically. And user can also specify whatever the number of lots they can specify it as a parameter. And also they can have an option where instead of 2050 they can change it to 912, whatever they want. So that should also be a parameter. I have mentioned everything and given it to the API Copilot. So this would automatically write the complete detailed Pine script, and all we have to do is if the user wants, they can change the parameter in the TradingView from 20 EMA to 50 EMA to any other EMA they want. And also they can mention the number of lots that they want to trade. That also can be changed in the Pine script, and all you have to do is just copy this code and go to Pine script and paste it. So now I have copy pasted it. So I just opened the Pine script code, Pine editor, I've opened it and I've copy pasted it, and then I just saved it and applied the chart. So once you save it, you will be able to see and there is an option called publishing the script, where you can either publish it or there will be an option called update the script. Once you update it, it will be reflected in the chart window. So now I'm able to see it in the chart window directly. So as you could see, whenever there is a signal that appears at the crossover, correctly, whichever place we marked earlier, correctly it is shown. So you can just scroll over and see whenever there is a whipsaws, you would be able to see these kind of buy and sells immediately. But whenever there is a trend, it would eventually capture it. So now our next part is whenever this buy or sell signal comes, it should execute the order in Delta Exchange. That is our main criteria. So now we have to go to Delta Exchange and create a webhook first. So I'm going to Delta Exchange now. And then now I'm going to my profile, and then I'm clicking on API keys. So here you just need to create a webhook. You don't need to create API key. So for that, what you have to do is click on trading bot here. At the left hand side, you will see a trading bot. Click on that, and here just enter a webhook EMA cross and select acknowledge, and then create webhook. Once you create it, you would be getting a verification code, two-factor authentication verification code, and also you will get a verification code on your email. Find the code, submit the details. Once you submit it, automatically there will be a URL that will be popped up, and also there will be a message that will be popped up. So this is how it would look like. So you'll see a message, webhook successfully created, and you will see a message like copy message that will have a certain list of informations which we need to pass on to the TradingView, and there will be a webhook URL. These two are the essential part which will make the execution easier. So now I am back to TradingView. See, if you wanted to open a Pine script window, there will be a Pine symbol here at the right hand side. You just have to click on that. That will open the Pine script window. So this is where you have to copy paste it and update it. So I have copy pasted it here. And as I mentioned, the default parameter is 20 moving average and 50 moving average. And that is what I'm seeing here. So if you click on settings, I can clearly change anything here. Say suppose if I wanted to change the color of moving average, I can change from blue to green, or from orange to red, whatever it is, it gets changed there. And buy signal, sell signal also appears there. And input, if you could see, I can change the input parameter. Say suppose instead of 20, 50, I wanted to change to 50 and 100. then automatically that also gets changed. So the higher the parameter, 50, 100, 200, lower the signals, lower the whip source. If I change it to a lower number, say suppose I wanted to use a moving average of 9 and 15, then automatically there will be more whip source. So you have to plan and accordingly decide what is the ideal moving average that you wanted to choose. So anything you can choose. Now we'll just verify the execution part. How does the overall execution happens? So for that we have to create the webhook alerts. So what you have to do is go here and click on this alert symbol. Once you click on this alert symbol, there will be a plus option here. And remember, Webhook is not available for a free version of TradingView. It is available only for users who have essential plan, minimum essential plan. So you click on plus, then you will see an option EMA condition. So whatever the specific moving average or whatever the pine script which we created, you will see the name of the pine script here. Select that and click on the whatever the interval, click on same as chart. And now you have three options. So leave this as an open end so that the overall alert doesn't expire. And next click on this symbol where you have to change the message. So this is, we just mentioned EMA automation, and this message you just delete it, the default message you deleted, and copy paste the message which we created it. So this is the webhook alert which we created, right? You copy this, go to TradingView again, paste the message and click on apply. And again, now you have to click on this notification and there will be a webhook URL. You have to replace this URL with the URL which you created. So this is the copy webhook URL. Copy it and paste it. And then click on create. The next thing we need to notice is what is the time frame you wanted to use to execute this EMA? Do you wanted to use it on a daily time frame? Do you wanted to use it on an hourly time frame? You can use it. Say suppose if I'm using it in a hourly time frame, it will show wherever the signal appears. Say suppose there is one signal that appeared here itself and there is a good downtrend, we were able to capture it. So you change the time frame as per your wish, and that should also be updated here. So if you, so whatever the webhook alert we created, it should show up here. So if you click on this alarm clock here, it would show the alerts which we created. In that, you click on edit, and once you click on edit, you would be able to see on what time frame you wanted to execute this strategy. Say suppose I wanted to execute this strategy on a hourly time frame, just mention it hourly and save it. That's all. So now you would be able to see a confirmation every 1 hour once. It checks the candle, and if the condition is satisfied, the execution happens. That's all. So two things we have to be careful. One thing is this hourly thing, and second thing is whatever the symbols you select, it should be from Delta Exchange India, so that the orders correctly map to the correct symbol. So for now we'll just test the execution, but in order to test the execution, we can't wait for the complete 1 hour, or we can't wait for the longer duration just to test the execution. So what I'm going to do is change the time frame, so 1 hour to 1 seconds or 2 seconds, so that immediately the execution can happen. So for now, if I go to my Delta Exchange, there is no open positions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to TradingView and change this webhook URL alert to a lower time frame. Say for an example, from here, if I change to 1 minute, let's change this to 1 minute. Okay. So if you could see, in 1 minute there are no buy sell signals that keeps happening, buy and sell, buy and sell. So now if I change this to 1 second, then there will be too much of signals. That is fine, but we just wanted to make sure when buy comes, the execution happens. When sell comes, there is an execution that happens or not. So for now, we'll see if whenever a buy comes, it should place an order. So now the buy has already come. So let's wait for the sell to come so that the buy is closed. So this specific strategy which we created is just a long only strategy. Whenever a buy comes, it will go long. And whenever sell comes, it will close that long. That's all. And then wait for the new buy. If you wanted to change to buy to short to buy, that can also be changed. You just have to specify that in the Claude AI when you write the Pine script. So for now, we'll just test it. So it is given a buy signal and there is no sell signal yet. So what we'll change it here is go to settings, and I'm just changing it to 1 second and then click on save, but I'm just passing it so that we will wait for the signal to change to sell. And then once you enable it, then the next time when a buy comes, it will automatically execute it. So there is a sell signal that has appeared. So now I'm just restarting the webhook. So now when a buy comes, it should automatically execute. When a crossover happens, it should automatically execute. So now currently it's on the downtrend only, crossover did not happen. So let's wait for the green EMA to close above the red EMA so that a buy signal will appear. And once that appears, we have to cross verify if the execution happens automatically. So we'll go here and see if the currently, okay, now the position is filled. So now we'll cross verify here. Yes, there is a buy signal that has come. So automatically the execution happened for one lot. So you can specify whatever the number of lots that you wanted to specify it here. Accordingly, the orders would go through. So if you click on settings, you can see the number of lots. So I specified one lot for testing. So it has got executed correctly. So now again sell appeared. So if I go and check here, that buy position would have closed. See, it's closed automatically. So there is no manual interventions here. Whenever a buy appears, it will execute here. Whenever sell appears, it will close that buy and wait for the next signal. So that is how the overall execution happens. Just because we wanted to ensure testing is working fine, I've just selected 1 second. Now you just pause it and then change it to whatever the time frame. Say suppose I wanted to change it to 15 minutes. Just change it to 15 minutes. Save it. And then here also you change it to 15 minutes. So now whenever the signal appears as per the chart, it will execute. So this is how you can make use of AI and create a completely fully automated trading system without a need of any server, without need of writing your own Python code, without even writing any single line of code. All you have to know is just know few lines of English, mention what is you exactly need as a prompt and get the output, follow the process which I have said, and your fully automated trading system is ready. And if you wanted to replicate this, the prompt that I used will also be shared in the description of this video, using which you can also recreate the whole Pine script. And don't explore that with the whatever things that I have mentioned alone. Start putting in more and more additional conditions into it so that you can make the system more robust. So it is just the starting point. So that is why I kept it as a simple, plain, no EMA crossover system. You can create any kind of system with the help of AI. So hope whatever the things that I've conveyed is really helpful for you. In case if you have any doubts or clarifications, feel free to post it in the comment section. I'll address it.